What's happening, Wargamers? Welcome to the After Action Report for Hydra versus Weapon X. And oh my goodness, that was a wild game. I had a lot of fun with that game. I was not expecting to be as attrition-y as I did.
Yeah.
There were some moments I absolutely loved and adored, namely Gambit's 52 card pickup,
Yes.
which
yes.
finally did something amazing there. Kept me in the game for one more round. But oh man, so let's start off. First off, let's chat your team there, Troop. So you had a fairly decent team there. Like I like the idea of Mordo and Weapon X.
Yep.
Lizard was I wasn't expecting Lizard, but he was interesting.
I feel like Lizard gave me a little bit of extra bulk to run around. He did a fine job. I think he probably should have migrated more to the middle earlier, but whatever, that's fine. Mordo is great, except not around a madman who wants to stab everyone. He only took 4 damage from Wolverine this game, but was probably a little bit too much. The original plan was move over here and pick up the cube that was over here, and then move to the middle.
Yep.
And I was just out of range, so I'm like, I'll just tuck behind this bunker, and it totally screwed me the entire game.
I mean, you say it screwed you the entire game, but it also kept my guys over here because I didn't really commit over to the center.
Sure.
Now, mind you, let's talk Red Skull Master of Hydra here for a second, and just his complete non-existence in this game.
So I disagree. He was an amazing tactics card that you didn't even need a tactics card slot for because he provided all that power to your team.
Oh, but he didn't his damage output was
his damage output was
great, and
his defense rolls were garbage.
Oh my goodness, were they ever garbage? I'm rolling 4 physical defense, and you're max damaging me every single time. Like
it was brutal, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need some more support in the middle there for fighting Red Skull. He's down.
Well, okay then.
Okay.
Was it round 2 you dazed him and round 3 you KO'd him?
Yeah.
He just went down like a chump, and you didn't really have to put a lot of action economy into him at all.
No. Although I will say that it was really cool that he got to get off his
occult research.
Occult research. Yeah, that definitely did have an impact. Like that may have been one of the reasons why Lizard died when he died. So that's fair. But yeah, man, that was brutal.
That was rough. I feel like the game could have been very different if Red Skull held on just a little bit longer, and he didn't. The dice didn't show up for him today.
Yeah.
But I got to give some props to the B team over here, like
yes.
Psylocke, Gambit, Zemo. They did quite well.
Okay, let's be very clear. Zemo and Psylocke are no B team.
No, fair enough.
The real problem is you were trying to average that. There was 2 A's and a D, which meant that was a B team. Because normally, Gambit is not very good.
Gambit performed very well this game.
Does Gambit feel good with 10 power?
Oh, he feels great with 10 power. You give Gambit 10 power, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's just got to run the board. I loved him with 10 power.
I was like, you're going to need like a minimum of 8. And you got the 10, and I'm like, oh, okay, so he's going to have be able to switch a whole bunch of dice for a little something extra. And no, didn't need it.
Didn't need to. That 52 card pickup was just wild. I loved it.
Yeah.
I will never see that level of success with Gambit again. And you know what? I lost the game on points, but I feel like I won the moral victory.
That's fair. Yeah.
Because Gambit did, even his initial attack into Logan.
Yeah.
Did really nice, right?
He failed the push, which I'm like, I kind of wish
he never bow staffed.
Oh, he didn't bow staff.
He never bow staffed.
Okay.
It was always the kinetic ace.
Right.
That he was doing.
Because you wanted the auto gainer, right?
And yeah, he just I wanted to push Logan.
Yep.
I wanted, but I was out of range. I couldn't get within that range too.
Yep.
And then when I was within range, I'm like, well, kinetic ace is 5 dice and it's a gainer, so let's just do kinetic ace there. No, kinetic ace isn't the gainer.
Oh
no, it's bow staff is the gainer.
Oh, bow staff is the gainer.
Kinetic ace is the builder.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay.
But Gambit did very well this game. I'm quite pleased with how he did. Bob was kind of a weird wild card. I feel that he scored me a lot the
He did.
And then he blew up Mordo.
Yep.
Like literally blew him up. Mordo was just gone.
Like that's the key to Bob, right? Like he doesn't have to do too much because he is a 2-pointer, but at the same time, he is also in affiliation, and I'm gonna kill that one guy, boss. Got him.
Yep. And he killed that one guy.
Yeah.
Just you see Mordo over there? Yes, sir. I don't want to. And Psylocke. Like honestly, I would say every facet of my team actually performed well except for Red Skull.
Yeah, I agree, and I especially like the psionic constructs. That actually was like, oh shoot, yeah, that's very good in this situation, huh?
Yep. Well, that allowed me to pop off and take off Lizard, right?
Yep,
Which
yep.
was
Well,
excellent.
and uh he wasn't healthy, but he was
Five
yeah,
damage went through on Lizard. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, 5 damage on Lizard, 5 damage on Sabretooth, and like we expected the two on Laura there.
yeah, yeah, of
That
course.
wasn't anything
Yeah.
surprising. Just in general though, that was great. But for as good as my team popped off, your team did too,
Well,
right?
I was gonna say I did everything in my power to make sure that apparently Wolverine did more damage to my team than he did to yours for the longest period. But yeah, I think Sabretooth and Lizard were good guys to roll up the one side. Laura, as it turns out, is just a fine model.
Laura's just good. Who
And
knew, right?
I'm actually going to say, like, while I always felt like I was using, are you sure you want to remember against mystic attacks? Because that was just where the world was for me. It always felt like it was the right thing to do. So,
I think your use of the of those tokens were really win well.
yeah.
I like that. And unfortunately, like going into the end of the game there, when that last round, it's like I gave you priority. There wasn't anything I could do about that because
Yep.
I needed to take out everyone in order to do what I did there.
Yep.
And Sabretooth just having all that power to just
Yeah.
go to town, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The double throw him, then throw me definitely worked.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was really nice. I'm really happy to see Apex Predator actually pop off because I haven't really gotten him to pop off when I've been using him just yet.
Fair.
But all things considered, like what an attrition based game. Like I see four of my models off the table. I see no sorry, I have five of my models. I see three of yours off the table.
Yep.
Like just absolutely crazy. I love this was a great game. I had a lot of fun with this one.
Yeah, yeah, it was it was nice. I did not think I thought there'd be a lot more points, sneaky points moves, and instead we were like, no, 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 let's punch. Let's leave this cube off in no man's
Yep.
land. We don't need that anymore. We're not playing that anymore.
Well, and also taking out Red Skull when you did gave you a really nice point swing.
Yeah.
Because I think what was that? Was that an 8 point swing? No, it wasn't an 8 point. It was a 6 point
yeah,
swing.
yeah, it was.
It was a 6 point swing that you got there, which gave you a lot of breathing room, right? You could afford to lose a couple objectives
Yeah,
and still be in the game. And it really made me go like, well, my dice rolls have to do what they need
did.
to do, right? And
Yep,
they did.
yep.
They did. Psylocke did great work. I don't think I had a bad attack with Psylocke this whole game.
No.
Gambit, I'm never going to say this again. Like I don't think I had a bad attack with Gambit this whole game.
Whew.
Zemo, like when he rolled in and just did like 3 damage into Lizard, I'm like, oh okay. Like
Yeah,
I was expecting 1, maybe 2, 3. Sure,
Yep.
I'll take it.
that was excellent.
And that was after damage reduction and defense dice and everything like that. Like
Ugh.
now, granted, if Zemo had taken Lizard out there, Red Skull could have then just gone hard into Sabretooth, and maybe it would have been a different game.
Yep, that's
that
fair,
point.
but that's a big ask. So
It is a big ask. It was 5 dice with a bleed and a pierce.
Yeah.
Or no pierce, just bleed.
Yep.
So it was a big ask, and he did very well.
Yes.
He did very well. Now I realized at the time I had the power to do Master Swordsman.
Maybe that was the thing to do. Yeah.
And maybe that was the thing to do.
Sure.
But this is the first time you've let me use Zemo in a long time.
Yeah, I'm really regretting it, frankly. So, but yeah, I mean, I think that was a successful therapy session. That was great.
No, that was good. I like just in general. I really like the flow of that game. I like that every turn it was kind of like, all right, who really has the momentum here? And it did legitimately shift back and forth a couple times during this game,
100%.
which was really cool. This is the first time you've run Weapon X. How do you feel about them?
I like them. I definitely was thinking that my 3 Weapon X people would always be frontline bashing, and they'd be using these it was you tokens all the time. But it was just Wolverine. Wolverine was the only one using those tokens for a long period.
He did. He absolutely needed to.
I think it adds resilience to a bunch of characters that have healing factor, which oftentimes healing factor doesn't pop up because, sorry, I'm just going to hit you, one shot you out, and yeah.
Well, and the extra 2 defense dice actually did keep Psylocke from one-shotting Wolverine in one case, I believe, right?
Yeah, it definitely did.
Which was a huge deal. Now, granted, it allowed me to do a little bit more splash damage on the Mordo when he was over there, but but still, it kept me spending actions into Logan, right?
Yeah. Well, and as you said, like halfway through the game to me, like I'm looking at Wolverine going, he hasn't done all that much. And I was like, well, he is fighting 10 threat right now. So
yeah, he was fighting Psylocke, Gambit, and Zemo.
Yeah,
and he was doing rather well with it. Right?
Yeah,
So yeah, he held up a good chunk of my table right there, with Red Skull just being really. I'm just gonna keep going back to that. Red Skull
Yeah.
is just disappointing for me.
Well,
This
and the
game.
worst thing is, like, I consider this Red Skull to be the more defensive and powerful kind of one, whereas the other one's kind of like the team player that helps everybody else out. And I'm like, wait, what? This guy did nothing.
Because didn't you take him out with a water tower?
I did.
Yeah. He chumped down to a water tower.
Yeah.
Like
Sorry.
4 physical defense, and he jumped to a water tower. Just like, Red Skull, you suck.
Take water. A bath, my worst enemy.
He's the Wicked Witch of the West, is what he is. So,
He left some nice shoes.
yeah,
So.
he did. He's got some very fancy, shiny shoes. But yeah, so all in all, Troop, great game. Had a lot of fun with that one. And yeah, looking forward to the next one. For everyone watching, leave your comments below, what you like, didn't like, all that sort of stuff. And if you're looking for a way to support the channel, hit up patreon.com/AegisBrand Studios. It is $1 a month. Any support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time. Happy wargaming.